the World Cup finals. I'd say the biggest day in Irish international soccer history.
Slaughter in Loughin Island as loyalist terrorists shoot 11 people in the back as they watch the World Cup on television.
And I just remember Mummy saying to us that bad men had come into the pub and they'd shot 6 people and Daddy was dead.
Did you see anything?
No.
The getaway car was discovered the morning after the attack.
There was just a sense that something wasn't right.
Somebody somewhere helped these people cover this up.
We were thwarted all the time. Every question we asked, we were told, we can't tell you that, that's national security.
They were absolutely ruthless.
I'll never forget their words. We will leave no stone unturned. And those words ring in my ear to this day because I don't think they ever lifted a stone, never mind turned it.
So I was briefed to go down to Belfast and interview several people. What was unusual is that I was told who I could speak to, who I couldn't speak to, what they would be saying, but just as importantly, what they wouldn't be saying.
Certainly the bigger picture was there was this gang in operation and they were involved in serious criminality.
Obviously there was things going on above my head.
The paper trail will lead to the British government and they cannot allow that to happen.
The police were saying the car was destroyed. I thought, hold on, the largest physical exhibit in the case and you've destroyed it?
10 years with no information, we were kept in the dark.
They knew all along about the dirty war.
You're taking me into an area that I don't really want to go to.
I can't take the risk.
If I can hit somebody early enough and there's a weak one amongst this team, they might start tumbling.
How come they didn't do it?
Good question.
I really do believe it goes as far up to the right to the top.
Storm clear and far away from the home you'll soon be leaving, and this many time by night and day your heart will be sorely grieving.
Sydney Roguma. Sna fire ma kuhul lurchud. Mar a des ma suas, agus bhí uaran an tíl clostegum. Ohi man aro ein sonnes ní suelki, na peliúr an uaran na líst. Déanahan na spéire le hintas leis an uaran seo, an tuaran na stiise an tíl.
Born into a background of injustice and division, John Hume was a decisive leader of the civil rights movement in Northern Ireland in 1968.
First, he was real. And secondly, he didn't seem to have an agenda other than the one he was pursuing. He wanted an inclusive peace. And he thought that nonviolence was the best way to pursue it. He was the Irish conflict's Martin Luther King.
John Hume resolutely pursued a peaceful path throughout the Northern Irish conflict.
Before we even got there, you opened fire.
This is the story of how John Hume harnessed the political influence of the Irish-American diaspora to address that legacy of division and to achieve peace.
I think he understood language to be part of the problem. The ability to speak the language of the American politic better than them is a plus.
Tip took his lead of what John was saying. I would say in those days Tip was taking it far more from John than he was from the Irish government, quite frankly.
The State Department was not in favor of what I did, as you may know, but I didn't really consult with them too thoroughly.
There was some broken china there. I had a lot of trouble with the British for a brief period, but I trusted Hume's instincts.
But then you had the American influence, which was a very strange thing for British politics.
It wasn't just the risk of alienating the British, it was also the risk that I would stick my neck out and IRA violence would continue and I would look like I'd been played for a fool.
I am standing here and telling the government that I believe that we have a real process of lasting peace and a total cessation of violence. Hurry up and deal with it.
He grabbed me by the wrists and held my hands and said, look, you can do it. You're near it.
In 1998, the Good Friday Agreement was signed and roundly endorsed in referenda on both sides of the Irish border, and the Northern Irish troubles ended. Hume's strategy had become a political reality.
Good morning. Rise and shine. It's London Irish Radio coming to you from the heart of Kilburn.
How are you, Mouse? Did you sleep well? How was the weekend? Oh, wild out. Myself and the hamster on the rake and that pockets. On the way, Mr. Man!
Mr. Michael Austin Hamwich, my grandfather, was a hero of the Easter Rising.
The only time your grandfather was in the GPO was supposed to fecking letter.
Hello, Harry. Remember me?
This man here is about to embark on a very special mission. Shut up, Mouse, will you? His grandfather flew the flag in the GPO during the 1916 Rising. Now it's hanging upside down in the British Army barracks.
Is the bloody flag down in Haddonfield?
Don't know. Could be, didn't bother checking. What the hell are we going to do now? We need to do some drinking about this. Are you serious? We'll have to break into the barracks.
Well, boys, how are you here? I don't smell anything. Maybe you have a cold. You want to get that checked out?
Then me and one other, dressed as British officers, go into the mess hall and grab the flag before anyone's the wiser.
Well, what do you think of that?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds good, like.
Come on, check this out. Check it out. Do check it out. It's there in the docket. The two of you. That's a job for the two of you now. Check it out.
It was supposed to be the most secure prison in Europe. It wasn't supposed to have a flaw.
What time do visits start?
What time do visits start, sir?
How are the boys?
Grown up fast without you.
We need to prove to the world that we still got a pulse. Escape you from here. You're wasting your time.
Sir!
We're doing this. I don't know how yet, but it's happening. Some smart bastard puts sweat and overtime into keeping us in here. There has to be a flaw. Want to volunteer for work?
You, give me a hand.
We did not do scab labor. Is it Judas? That's what he is.
You like prison, do you?
We get used to it after 10 years.
Guard the fort.
Trusting me with it?
What are you going to swipe?
You do realize if you escape, you won't be able to go home, ever.
What have you got there?
Nothing.
Show me.
There's a shift change at 4 o'clock. One shot, that's all we've got.
Don't move.
Don't make a sign.
Do you know something? Out of all the warders, you picked me, didn't you?